Hey everyone, happy Friday night, everyone. Welcome back to John Block Marathon Madness. I am your host, Johnson McGee, and I played Hunter on Hey Hunter and, of course, John Block. And tonight we're going to discuss the following episodes. Season, so we're going to do Season 3, Episode 10. Fridays are for big boys, not babies. And and then we're gonna discuss season 3, episode 33, Freaky Savage Friday. Okay, so here we go. So let's do season 3, episode 10. Fridays are for big boys, not babies. So this episode is a Friday. It's the same old, same old. He goes to um, Breakfast Club. He chats with Erica. He hangs out with his Brotherhood 2.0, if it's still a thing. Yeah, I think at this point it still is. And then he eats breakfast, of course, and then he goes to first period, which is English with Miss Hendricks. They're doing I think they're doing a test or like a weekly quiz of her book that they've been reading. I think they finished the book at this point, and then they're doing some type of test or something like that. And then reading, they're just doing an assignment, they're doing an activity, Miss Warnock. And then pre-algebra, I think they have a quiz or a test or something like that. So he goes to Miss Warnock's room, he gets some help on the test, and then he gets it done. It's kind of stressful, but he gets through it. And then he goes to then he goes to lunch and has his board meeting, and his members are going wild. They're arguing back and forth. There's drama. It's crazy. And he's saying, "This is Friday. Let's all chill out. Let's all have fun like we usually do. If you're gonna be a baby about Hunter's Way or the Highway or the upcoming pyramid plans." Or whatever, if you're gonna be a baby, this is Fridays are not for babies. They're meant for big boys. So let's be big boys. We're in the barhead. Or so everyone calm down, behave. Let's get our act straight, and let's have a great fun Friday. And if you're not going to do that, then you can leave the table. So it's just kind of crazy, but Hunter, they eat their pizza, they do their TikTok, they do their whatnot, they do their video games, whatnot, and they have a fun time. Some people are kind of in a bad mood, some of them are chill. But Hunter don't let the baby Brotherhood members bother him, and Hunter is a big boy. He just has a great time and not complaining, not being disrespectful. And then after that, she goes to study hall science with Miss Fairchild, who does that. And then I think they're probably doing activity, doing lessons, doing stuff. And then they get through that, and then he goes to choir, and they're practicing away. Um, for our upcoming concert that may or may not be happening in the future, which I'll get to that in the future of Sat John Block Marathon Band this episode. Now, and then he goes to Chaotic Civics, and I think it's pretty chill today. It's not as chaotic as it normally is. I think they're just doing weekly quiz, and then Hunter just watches YouTube, listens to music, chills. And then he goes to Resource, he just chills, chats with Eric, hangs out, they have fun, and he does his little ritual, he does his little dances, and then the bell rings at 3:35. And he heads home for the weekend, and he's gonna have a wonderful weekend. Now, let's go to season 3, episode 33. Freaky Savage Friday. Okay, so here we go. So he goes to Breakfast Club. He does that. He eats his breakfast. He's in a fun, silly, funky mood because he is glad that it's Friday. It's the end of the week. Thank God it's Friday at this point. Um, so he goes to English, they do that. Second period does that. They do their weekly quiz and pre-algebra, and they do a lesson. He gets it done, and he gets through it. Thank God, right? And then he goes to lunch. He has his Brotherhood meeting. They're all chill. They're big boys this time. Their Hunter's acting a bit wild after that. Silly, a bit freaky, I guess. Freaky is a freak of Friday. Acting a little bit wild and a little bit silly, crazy, but in a good way, in a silly way. He's eating his pizza. Yeah, and chips and cookies, and he gets ice cream from Grab and Go Pop and Grab. He's chilling, he's having a good time, and then he goes to study hall. Does that, and in science they do like a test, I think, or something, or quiz. They most likely do quizzes in science more than that, but whatever. What you'll see in the clip, what actually happens, and then he goes to choir and then chaotic civics, which is their weekly quiz in there. He gets done, he chills, then resource, he's having fun, and he has starts his ritual early, and people are about to pass out because he's getting a bit funky. He's getting a bit shaking his booty and having fun and dancing around. Oh my gosh, people are shocked. But he gets a little bit tiny trouble because he's getting a little bit um, freaky on Friday. And Miss Warnock has to yell at him well, not yell, talk to him in the hallway to settle down. So this he does. He kind of settles down and then he has another talk that's not going well. And then starts getting emotional, starts freaking out on Friday near the end because I want to when something that happens ritual that he does every Friday. He's freaking out. Eric calls him down and when and he's so freaking out in the belly. He walks out and stretches and says, "Peace out. I'm even for the night. I'm even for the weekend. Bye, everybody. Have a wonderful weekend." That's what he's saying. He's saying, "Peace out. Bye, everybody. Um, screw everybody. Just kidding." Um, and I want to live my life how I want. Yeah, yeah. Like he struts his stuff out there and he has a wonderful weekend and he don't care about what anyone over the weekend and he just moves on and has a wonderful weekend and that's it for this episode tonight. And thank you everyone for watching this episode of Sajan Bot Marathon Madness. I hope everyone has a fantastic Friday night. Yeah. And I hope everyone has a wonderful weekend as well. And I'll see you Monday night for Monday Madness of Sajan Marathon Madness.